Let's start the prayer of Srimati Radharani. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi
Kanchana Gaurani
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
Vrishabhanu Sute Devi
Vrishabhanu Sute Devi
Pranamami Hari Priye
Pranamami Hari Priye
Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi
Kanchana Gaurangi
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
Vrishabhanu Sute Devi
Vrishabhanu Sute Devi
Pranamami Hari Priye.
Pranamami Hari Priye.
So Srimati Radharani is the queen of Vrindavana, and her complexion, her skin color is like molten golden color. Golden color itself will be very beautiful, and that too, when you see the molten gold, you will not see any bubble, you will not see any other contaminations, any black spots. It will be purely molten golden color is Srimati Radharani's. So she has very such a beautiful complexion, and Vrishabhanu Sute Devi means she is the daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj, and let's all offer our humble obeisances to such Srimati Radharani Pranamami Hari Priye, who is always very dear to Lord Sri Hari. So, on this auspicious day, let's remember her glories. Let's discuss her glories. She is the more embodiment of pure love. So, we'll see on the in this material world when we hear about all of you, please go on mute. Okay. So, okay. Mute the participants.
But the class was sorry.
Mataji,
Yeah. So, whenever we say Radha Krishna, Lakshmi Narayana, we will think that because of our mundane atmosphere or our material knowledge limitations, we will compare the Lakshmi Narayana or Sita Rama or Radha Krishna among ourselves. If suppose Radha Krishna, when we are discussing, we'll think of two young girl and boy or young couple. We'll compare like that. We cannot go beyond our imagination or limitation because we can think only to that extent. But whenever we see Radha Krishna or Lakshmi Narayana, they are one as the soul, but one is the energetic, other one is the energy. Like suppose sun is there, sun rays or sunlight is the energy of the sun god, they are not separate. But when we are thinking that a god and goddess means, we'll compare them with ourselves, but that is the biggest offense. That's why we are not able to understand the lordships or god or goddesses properly, and we are making offense, especially nowadays with the pastimes of Radha Krishna. They are taking in a complete opposite way, and with the offense they are doing, they will go to the hellish planet. We should be very very cautious when we are discussing the pastimes of Radha Krishna. When we are seeing, we should hear from the proper bona fide authority, from the lips of acharyas only we should hear, and we should understand in that way. Before Madhavendra Puri, Madhavendra Puri means we can understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I think you all know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's spiritual master is Ishwarapuri, and Ishwarapuri's spiritual master is Madhavendra Puri. So before Madhavendra Puri, there was no worship of Radha Krishna. Even big acharyas, they were not able to worship Radha and Krishna. If you see any olden deities like Guruvayurappan temple or Udupi Krishna, you are any Krishna temple, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, you will know nowhere see the worship of Radha Krishna together, any ancient temples. But from the period of Madhavendra Puri, he started the worship of Radha Krishna. Whatever we are seeing in the Vrindavana, like Radha Damodara temple, Radha Govindji, or Radha Madan Mohan temple, all these temples were established by the Goswamis upon the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So before that, there was no worship of Radha Krishna, because this is the problem. People will misunderstand the worship of Radha and Krishna. They will take it in a wrong sense. And when we see recently, there was one fake Baba in Chandigarh. He was claiming himself as the God, Krishna, and he was misusing the girls who are approaching him. And he was claiming that when Krishna has done like that, what's wrong if I am also God, if I also do like that? So that is the biggest offense. That's the reason they did not do that. But Madhavendra Puri is so merciful. He wants to explain the proper mood of worship. That's how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took the mood of the acharyas, and he is Krishna himself. He came to explain the mood of Radharani so that we can worship properly. So that is the main reason, and that is how the Radha Krishna worship has started. So today we will see the glimpse of appearance of Srimati Radharani and how they are different, how she is different from an ordinary girl. When we are calling our mother, our wife, or our kid, our girl, our child, uh, it's not in that level or in that platform at all. Srimati Radharani is most auspicious, most divine, and she is beyond all our material calculations. Okay, first, in order to go for the explanation about Radharani, we will see first the greatness of Krishna. We know from Srimad Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna himself explained that Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Mata Sarvam Pravartate, means I am the Prabhu, I am the master of everything. Means all the worlds, even material world or spiritual world, any world, even Vaikuntha planets, everything. If you see the Goloka chart, I will share the Goloka chart. Yeah, you can see the Goloka chart here, right? See, the topmost you will see is the Goloka planet. In the Goloka planet, under the Goloka planet, you will see all the Vaikuntha Lokas, all the universes, and even Ayodhya Dhama, everything is there. So he is the topmost. That's what he said in the Bhagavad Gita, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu. And later, in the 7th chapter, 7th verse, he said that Matta Parataram Nanyat Kinchidasti Dhananjaya Mai Sarvam Idam Proktam Sutre Manigana Iva. Matta Parataram Nanyat. Na Anyat. Means beyond me, above me, nothing is there. Na Anyat. There is nothing else beyond me. So from this Goloka chart, we can understand Goloka planet with here Krishna and Srimati Radharani are playing the past tense. If you see beyond that, above that, there is no other planet, there is no other being. And he said that Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. So I am the Maheshwara of all the planets. Don't be confused with the Lord Shiva of the Maheshwara in the material world. If you see in the planet, in the material universe, he is the Maheshwara. He is the controller of that planet. Whereas Lord Krishna is the Maheshwara of all spiritual planets and material planets, all the universes. In that way, he is the Maheshwara. So, when Lord is supreme of all the planets, he is the topmost. When he wants to enjoy, he can do anything, right? So he wants to play numerous pastimes for his own enjoyment. So what he did is he expanded himself. When you see, Lord is complete in everything, he doesn't want anything. But to add flavor to his own pastimes, if he wants to create pastimes, some story, some movie around himself, so he wants to create, so he, because there is no other being. Advaitam Achyutam Anadi Anantarupam. Advaitam means there is no second person like Krishna. He is the only person. So what he can do, either he has to expand himself, he has to expand his energies, right? So he has to come bring out the energy within. So what he did is, he was the only person in the beginning. He took out the energy within himself. That energy is pleasure energy. Pleasure energy means the energy which can give pleasure to Lord Sri Krishna. She is none other than Haladini Shakti Srimati Radharani. So if you see very closely, sorry, if you see very closely, he is expanded himself into Balaram first, and he himself as Krishna, and his energy as Shakti, Haladini Shakti, Srimati Radharani. And from Srimati Radharani, again she further expanded herself into numerous gopis. If you see, prominent gopis are 16,108 gopis, and there are millions of gopis, and she herself made the reflections of 16,108 principal queens and gopis. Like that, she expanded herself. And later on, when it is coming to the material universes also, she expanded as the Shakti, Durgama. And in the spiritual world, she expanded herself as the Subhadramai. And if you see in the Vaikuntha planets, all Lakshmis. In the Brahma Samhita, it is mentioned that Lakshmi Seta Sambrahma Sevyamanam. So, Setakoti, there are millions of Lakshmis always serving in the Vaikuntha planets and in the Goloka planets. So, this is the expansion. So, now you can understand that when there is a husband and wife in the material world, they are not one soul, there are two separate souls. That means the pain of wife is different, the pain of husband is different. Because of the mutual association, they can understand to some extent, but inner feelings and all, everything is separate. Even the time when they are coming into this material world is different, when they are leaving their bodies is different. After leaving the body, they take a different wife, different husband, different bodies, everything is different. Whereas you please understand that when Lord and his energy are there, they are together, they are not separate. Whatever is there in Krishna's mind, Srimati Radharani can understand. Whatever is there Srimati Radharani's mind, Krishna can understand. But Srimati Radharani is, why she is special means, she is ever rejuvenating. Means her love towards Krishna is increasing day by day, day by day, day by day. How much she is increasing means, even Krishna got surprised, because Krishna's energies are multiplying day by day, right? Krishna's potencies are increasing day by day. They are infinite. They are increasing day by day. So, but Srimati Radharani can understand Krishna. So, when Srimati Radharani is understanding Krishna, every day her beauty is increasing, increasing, increasing so much. Her love towards Krishna is increasing so much, so much. Then Krishna got bewildered. He got surprised how her beauty is increasing, how her love towards me increasing day by day. I need to understand this secret. More than about me, she is understanding about me more. How is it possible? Then Krishna wants to understand the mood of Srimati Radharani. You okay, let me take a life, an incarnation with your mood. That's how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this material world. If there is no Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we cannot, even now also, we cannot even a pinch, we can understand these confidential, these secrets of Radha and Krishna. That's how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself appeared to understand his own glories in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Because Srimati Radharani has such a humble mood. Humble, she was never proud. She is always in the loving attitude to give pleasure to the Krishna. Her only objective, her only goal is to give maximum pleasure to Krishna. And coming to us, we are also part and parcel of Krishna. We are also small expansions of Krishna. Like a fire is there. When the fire particle, the fire spark, if it falls down away from the fire, what will happen? It will fall on the grass or on the land. It will lose a fiery propensity, right? In the same way, due to our sense gratification, we are fallen away from that gigantic fire, and we are trying to we are inclined to forget our duty to give pleasure to Krishna. So we are also part and parcel of Krishna, but that how we can know that we are part and parcel of Krishna means we are also having that enjoying propensity, like Krishna. Krishna wants to enjoy, that's why he created Srimati Radharani. And we are also having that propensity, we are also part and parcel of Krishna, right? That's why we are also having that enjoying propensity, but because of that, we are looking for enjoyment. We don't know how to expand ourselves like Krishna. We cannot produce another Srimati Radharani or Srimati Sita Mata or Srimati Lakshmi Devi. That's why there is the problem. Instead of giving pleasure to Krishna, we are looking for our own pleasure. We don't know where to look for that pleasure, and we are searching various wrong means. We are looking in the phones, we are looking in the movies, we are looking for enjoyment in the job, or in various means we are looking for that enjoyment. But the real enjoyment, how we can get means, we can understand this secret from Srimati Radharani. How she is getting that enjoyment even though she is part and parcel of Krishna? Because by serving Krishna with unalloyed devotion, her always motive is whenever she is cooking, whenever she is churning the butter, whenever she is cleaning the room, she cleaning the house, she always meditates upon Krishna. How I can give pleasure to Krishna? Is Krishna happy or not? Is Krishna is pleased with my service or not? That's why her beauty is always increasing, because she is always meditating upon Krishna, and she is in the mood to give pleasure to Krishna. That's why she is always happy and attractive. How much attractive means? Krishna is Atma Rama, self-satisfied. Let me give a best example to understand how Sri Krishna is so much self-satisfied means. Cupid, you all know Manmada, right? Cupid is how much powerful means he can disturb the mood of even demons. He can disturb the mood of even an ugliest person. If suppose a woman is there, only by the bodily features we can understand that lady as the woman, but she is looking so bad, so ugly, all pimples, she is very fat, she is very black. But even in the heart of such a ugly woman also, Cupid can play a role and invoke the sense agitations. What about the materialistic persons? He can create the agitation in the heart of Lord Shiva also when Lord Vishnu came as the Mohini. Lord Shiva could not control himself and he was at the back of Mohini. Such is the influence of the Cupid. Nobody can overcome the influence of the Cupid. But such a Cupid got frustration that he could not use his bow and arrow upon Sri Krishna. When the 16,000 queens were captivated by Bhaumasura, Narakasura, they were so much attracted to Krishna, and they were trying to attract Krishna by their bodily features, but their womanly attractions, but their gestures, by their beauty. They were trying in all the means to attract Krishna. But Krishna is so much self satisfied and Atmarama, he was not agitated even a pinch. Then they were praying to the Cupid to show his power on Krishna. Then he was defeated by the power of Krishna, and out of frustration, he threw his bow and arrow and left that place. Then the queens of Dwaraka, they humbled themselves, they humiliated themselves, and they understood their defeat, and they started praying, "My dear Krishna, Bhaumasura brought us here. Nobody will touch our hands. Nobody will accept as their queens. And more than that, we are so much attracted to your beauty and chivalry. Please kindly accept us as your queens." By listening to their prayers, then to satisfy them, because Krishna is the only incarnation. He did not upset, he did not refuse even a single person. When Surpanaka approached in Treta Yuga Lord Ramachandra's purpose of appearance is different. He could not accept, he can accept if he wants, but out of his sweet own will, he did not accept Surpanaka. Whereas the same Surpanaka, when she came as Kubja, that hunchback lady in the Madura, he accepted her also. Such a sweetness and such a self-satisfied is Lord Krishna. So such a person, he is attracted to everyone. But such Krishna also is attracted to only one person, that is Srimati Radharani. That is the greatness of Srimati Radharani. Krishna's fragrance will attract each and everyone, but Krishna is attracted to the fragrance of Srimati Radharani. That is the exquisite beauty of the Srimati Radharani. If you approach Srimati Radharani, it is very difficult to approach Krishna. The minute when Srimati Radharani recommends, she is a nice devotee. And Srimati Radharani, how she will introduce if she likes someone, she will say that she is much nicer than me. She is more humble than me. She is very nice than me. Like that, she will take and introduce to Krishna. She is such a sweet personality. That's why when we are chanting, we'll say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Whenever we are saying Krishna and Rama, those many times we are using Hare Hare Hare. Hare means it is the energy of the Lord, who is Srimati Radharani. We are saying, "My dear Srimati Radharani, please, please, please engage us in the service of Lord Sri Krishna. Please make us closer towards Sri Krishna." That's why our mood when we are chanting is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's like, now I explain, no, queens, how they are begging. Like that, we should, like a whole dependent child on the mother, our mood while chanting should be like that. Then definitely she is most merciful mother. She will listen to our prayers and she will recommend us to Krishna. So when otherwise there is no hope for us, because our chanting is like we will focus more on the sakshi beats than the chanting beats. When the next round will be over, when the 8 rounds will be over, when the 10 rounds will be over. So our mood will be like that. So we cannot depend much on our chanting. Rather, we can depend on the mercy of Srimati Radharani. That's why maximum number of times you always chant in the requesting mood to Srimati Radharani. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Please focus so that she will take us to Lord Sri Krishna. And coming to the pastime of appearance of Srimati Radharani, where she is Radharani in the Radha Madhava Astasakhi temple of Mayapur. She is the goddess, she is the queen of Mayapur Dham also. Srimati Radharani ki jai. And this is the birthplace of Srimati Radharani, Raval. It is 3 hours to 4 hours away from the Vrindavan Dham. You can see, and it is the main temple of Raval where Srimati Radharani appeared. And here is the pastime. There were 2 brothers, Vrishabhanu and Chandrabhanu. And Vrishabhanu, when one day when he went to take bath in the river Yamuna, she found an effulgent light coming from a lotus. It's like 1,000-petal lotus, brightly effusing so much. And when he dived into the river Yamuna and hold that lotus flower, she found a very beautiful, pretty baby. So when he got bewildered, who is this baby? From where she has come? Like that. Immediately Brahma appeared there and he explained that, my dear Vrishabhanu, you and your wife Kirtida has done lot of tapasyas for so many years. That's why the Srimati Radharani, the eternal consort of Lord Sri Hari herself, appeared in your house. Please take her and take care of the baby very nicely. Then Brahma disappeared and Vrishabhanu was extremely happy because he doesn't have any kids and he was waiting from very long time for the baby. Then when Mother Kirtida saw that baby, she was extremely happy. How much happy means she was not able to do, she was completely unconscious. She was so ecstatic. And she was taking care, she was giving bath, everything. And all of a sudden, she noticed that she is not having any movements. Her eyes are not opening, she is not making any sounds. She was very quiet, she is not like ordinary child. She got bewildered, but she was not saying to anyone because they may say some bad words, ill words. That's why she was scared. When Narada Muni was wandering, because whenever Lord Krishna appeared, he cannot tolerate, right? He wants to have the darshan of Lord Sri Krishna. So he was wandering in Vrindavan Dham, and when he took the darshan of Sri Krishna in the Yashoda Mai and Nandavara's house, he immediately was very happy and he offered obeisances. Narada Muni gave instructions to Nanda Baba and Yashoda Mai how to take care of Krishna. And he said that if you take care of this very boy, that is your worship. You don't need to worship any other god. That itself is the perfection of all other worships. And when he found Krishna in Vrindavana, he immediately thought that somewhere around even Srimati Radharani would have appeared, because wherever the Shaktiman is there, Shakti will also be there, right? There is no separation between the sun and sun's energy. They will be together. But sometimes because of the clouds, we cannot perceive the sun's energy. But whenever there is sun, that means there is a light. They are inseparable. So Narada Muni was searching. He was going to each and everyone's house. Is there any newborn baby girl in your house? Is there any newborn baby girl in your house? Everyone is saying that. Some people were saying that we don't have. Some people are saying that yes, we have. And he went and saw them, but he was not feeling any extraordinary symptoms or anything like that. And finally, when Narada Muni came to Kirtida and Vrishabhanu Vrishabhanu's house, he asked the same question. Have you, is any baby girl born in your house? Then they were hesitating to explain because it is not the child born in their house. They found in the Yamuna river, and on top of it the baby is not opening the eyes, the baby is not talking, whether to show him or not. They were hesitating. Then Narada Muni is insisting again and again and again, seeing their hesitation. Then finally, whatever happens, he's a great says, maybe with his blessing some wonder may happen. Finally, Vrishabhanu and Kirtida agreed to show the baby. Immediately, Narada Muni, when he hold the Srimati Radharani, the ecstatic symptoms start showing. His hairs are standing on the end. He was sweating, and tears are rolling on the. Unintentionally, it was spontaneous, not like purposefully he's getting tears or something. All these are happening all of a sudden. Then he understood that she is none other than the energy of Supreme Lord. Then immediately he took the baby to back to the Kirtida, and he gave the same instructions as he gave to Yashoda Mai. You please take care of this child. She is so precious. You just worship her. Take care of that is your ultimate worship. Then when they express their concern about the baby girl, don't worry, it is all good fortune will come to you. You celebrate her naming ceremony, everything will go on smooth, and you invite each and every person, all your friends, all the important persons. He was indirectly instructing you invite Nanda Baba also. But fortunately, Nanda Baba and Vrishabhanu are the friends before itself. So they invited Nanda Baba and family also. And most importantly, Narada Muni is expecting Krishna also to be invited, even though he is a young boy. So, as per the suggestions, even Krishna was invited. Then, when he left, Narada Muni left Vrishabhanu's house, he went to a deep forest and continuously praying for Srimati Radharani's mercy. My dear Srimati Radharani, please, please shower your mercy. I never had your darshan as the Kishori, as a young, beautiful girl. Please shower your mercy. Please give me darshan as a Kishori. Then, seeing the prayers of the deep intention of Narada Muni, she never appeared to the even great sages, even when they did tapasya for millions of years. But she appeared as the Kishori, as her gopis friends with all the companions, and she gave darshan to Narada Muni. Narada Muni was again and again offering obeisances to the Srimati Radharani in the Kishori form, and she was so happy. And here, when Nanda Baba and Yashoda Mai came for the naming ceremony of Srimati Radharani, they were all playing, and they brought Krishna in the cradle, and slowly Krishna was crawling, and immediately when he approached Srimati Radharani, then he opened her eyes. So that was the reason Srimati Radharani doesn't want to see anyone else when she appeared, rather than she wants to see the first person, first darshan of Krishna only. So that's how. Then when she screamed, everyone was so happy. So all auspiciousness was brought by Krishna. They were extremely happy, and Yashoda Mai, Kirtida was so jubilant. That is how the appearance of Srimati Radharani happened, and she is extremely merciful. We should be very, very careful. It is not possible to understand, because when we are usually, even acharyas also, they don't discuss the Srimati Radharani's deep pastimes among the crowd, because they will not, they will they cannot go beyond the imagination of co-girls, an ordinary girl, an ordinary boy, whereas the pastimes, how much intentional love is the gopis and Srimati Radharani has is, even in the sleep also, they will not go away from the thoughts of Krishna. That's why it is the highest worship. Radha Krishna Pranaya Kritvi Haladini Shaktir. So this Haladini Shakti, this mood we cannot see in this material world. It will be available only in the Vrindavan Dhama, in the Brajavasis, not nowadays current Brajavasis, in the real Brajavasis. They struggle to get rid of the thoughts of Krishna. Always when they are cooking, instead of salt they will put sugar, instead of chili powder they will put something else, and always whenever they do mistakes they will pray, Krishna, please allow me to cook, please stay away from my thoughts, like that they used to beg. Whereas we have to struggle to get Krishna in our mind while chanting, while doing arti. At that time only all the thoughts will come. What we have to cook, what work we have to do, what groceries we have to do, what production issue, everything will come while chanting only. But for gopis and Brajavasis, they have to struggle hard to come out of the thoughts of Krishna. That much they are surrounded with the thoughts of Krishna. That's why the gopis worship is the highest worship. So you all know that pastime, right? Just in 2 minutes I'll finish that pastime, and I will end the session with the beautiful song of Srimati Radharani. And one time, Narada Muni has a question. It is also the Leela that was created by Krishna itself. Who is the most highest devotee of yours? Then, very dear devotee to you. Then Krishna said that I will tell you later. First, I am feeling lot of headache. Please get me some medicine for that. Then what is this? Lord is getting headache. This is unusual. He never feels like that. What medicine can be there? You only please suggest. Then Lord said that if you get dust from the feet of any person and if you apply it on my head, that is enough. Any devotee, any of my servants, if you get dust, that will be the medicine for my headache. Then he approached the sages. They are the sages means they have lot of tapasya. They know they are so powerful. The sages, how much powerful means they can create a universe. They can create anything. They can create a paraka. They can enter into another animal or another living being also. That much powerful. So he went and asked the sages, see, my master Sri Krishna has the headache. If you give the dust from your lotus feet, if I apply on his head, he said that he can get rid of that headache. What mad you are getting? But it is not true. Lord can never get headache. And on top of it, how do you think that we will put our feet dust on the head of Krishna? It is, are you mad or what? It is extremely offensive. Please don't let us to do such a kind of offensive act. He was asking, requesting. They were not willing to. They were not able to do. Dare to give the dust. Then he went to the all senior like Devaki, Vasudeva. Everyone was hesitating to do that. Then he went to the queens of Dwarka. They were also saying that it is the most sinful act. If you say that itself, we are able to faint. We are about to faint. You are asking us to give our lotus feet dust. How is it possible? Then finally, he doesn't have any option and went to the gopis, Vrajvasis. When they hear the words that Krishna has headache, they did not hear the anything also. Just tell me the remedy. What we can do, what we have to do. Lord Krishna said that if you give your dust, lotus feet dust, it will, if you apply on the forehead of Krishna, he can get rid of it. Immediately the gopis said that, how do you think that a pinch of dust will be enough for my lord's headache? You do one thing, you come with us, we will walk on the bank of the Yamuna river, on the shore of the Yamuna river. How much dust you can collect, you please collect and immediately resolve the pain of the Sri Krishna. Then Narada Muni got bewildered. Are you not scared of any sin or offense, or that you may go to hell? Oh my God, what are you talking? Why are you delaying? You please first take care of my Lord Krishna. Later, let us go to the hell. It's okay. First, you take care of my Krishna. They never think of the consequences, whether it is offensive, inoffensive. Whatever Krishna orders, it is always their duty is to give pleasure to Krishna. They are ready to go to the hell also. So that is the mood of the gopis. We cannot imitate, but we can take the pinch of such a mood of giving pleasure to Krishna. Every minute, whatever act we are doing, is it giving pleasure to Krishna? Okay, let me take little austerity. Little, even it is little difficult. Let us do to our best. Even 16 rounds of chanting, at least one round will be for the pleasure of Krishna. So if we are in that mood, when we do make one step, Krishna will make 10,000 steps towards us. So in that way, and that too when we are approaching through Srimati Radharani, it is very, very easy, and very, very high chances will be there. That's why we worship in the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. So, and if you worship, if we go to Krishna through our spiritual master is also a confidential servant of Nityananda Prabhu and Srimati Radharani. So, by all the means, if we approach Krishna, Srimati Radharani, Nityananda Prabhu, our spiritual master, this path, if we are taking hand to hand, and if we try to approach Krishna, that is the most perfect way, especially in this Kali Yuga. Otherwise, we will be diverted in some way or other for sure. Okay, this is the safest approach, and let's all beg for the mercy of Srimati Radharani on this most auspicious day to approach Krishna. Okay, I will share a beautiful bhajan. Let's all try to. राधे जय जय माधव दैते
राधे जय
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 जय माधव
माधव
दयिते
गोकुल तरुणी मंडल महिते राधे जय जय माधव दैते
राधे जय जय माधव दयिते
दामोदर राती वदन वेशे हारी निष्कुट बृंदा विपिनेशे राधे जय जय माधव दैते
राधे जय जय माधव दयते
वृषभानुदाधी नवशेषि लेखे
वृषभानुदाही
ललिता सखी गुण रमित विशाखे
ललिता
ललिता
सत्कुमारमित्यार्
विशाखे
विशाखे
राधे जय जय माधव दैते
राधे जय जय
माधव
माधव
दयते
करुणाङ्कुरुमयि कर्णभरीते
करुणाकुर्मयि
करुणावरिते
करुणावरिते
सनक सनातन वर्णित चरिते
नक
सनकाननवर्णितचरिते
राधे जय जय माधव दैते
राधे
जय
जय माधव
दयते
गोकुल तरुणी मण्डल महिते
गोकुलतरुणी
गोकुलतरुणीमण्डलमहिते
मण्डलमहिते
राधे जय जय माधव दैते
राधे
जय
जय
माधव
माधव
दयते
Okay. O Radha, O beloved of Madhava, O who you are, O you who are worshipped by all the young girls of Gokula, all glories unto you, all glories unto you. So, Srimad Radharani is queen of Vrindavan Dhama. All gopis always around the Krishna, around the Srimad Radharani only. They like Radharani so much. See, the beautiful mood in Vrindavana is they were not jealous. Even Krishna likes so much Srimad Radharani, so they were never envious of Srimad Radharani. Why he is around her only? Why he is not to me? Rather, they will arrange pastimes they will make closer to him. They will push Srimati Radharani, and then after some time, when suppose a swinging pastime is there. When Krishna is swinging, they will push Srimati Radharani. And when Srimati Radharani was swinging along with Krishna, afterwards she will push another gopi. So they were never jealous, and they all like Srimati Radharani so much, they all will call, you are the Vrindavaneshwari, you are the queen of Vrindavana. So they all worship, all these young girls, they like so much. So this is, that is the mood in the Vrindavan Dhama. Then, you who dress yourself in such a way as to increase Lord Damodar's love and attachment for you, O Queen of Vrindavana, which is the pleasure grove of Lord Hari. So she always dresses like that. Whenever she is dressing, she will think, if she dress in that costume, in that color, in that hairstyle, everything, in that flower, everything, she tries to give pleasure to Krishna only. Usually people will ask, these ISKCON people, they will say that they don't wear gold, they look always simple, they don't enjoy that much. No, no, no. We can enjoy. We can decorate nicely ourselves. We can also, but our mood is to give pleasure to Krishna. We will go, whenever we go to the temple, we can happily get ready to give pleasure to Krishna. So that Krishna will definitely look at us, right? When we are going and standing in front of him, if we are looking like a old ripped clothes, no, right? We want to give pleasure to Krishna. That's why definitely we also will get ready. On, if you see any festival days, how beautifully even all devotees will get ready, but not for our sense gratification, rather to give pleasure to Krishna.
to Krishna.
O new moon that has arisen from the ocean of Kring Vrishabhanu, O friend of Lalita, oh, you who make Vishaka loyal to you due to your wonderful qualities of friendliness, kindness, and faithfulness to Krishna. So when they were so much loyal to Krishna, everyone was loyal to even Srimati Radharani. And yesterday was the Lalita Shashti. Yesterday is Srimati Lalita Devi's appearance day. So they all appeared in not less than a couple of days. They all appeared together, all the gopis, to increase the pastimes, to add more and more flavor to the pastimes of Sri Krishna in Vrindavan Dham. Woe you who are filled with compassion, woe you whose divine characteristics are described by the great sages Sanaka and Sanatana. Oh Radha, please be merciful to me. So, yeah, usually it is not the subject matter to discuss in the material world. The Srimad Radharani's pastimes are always to be glorified in the way how acharyas like Sanaka Sanatana were glorifying Srimad Radharani. We should glorify in that mood. So we always pray with a humble mood to begging the mercy of Srimati Radharani. So, oh Radha, please be merciful to me. This song, this bhajan was written by Rupa Goswami, and with a humble attitude, humble mood, they were all glorifying Srimati Radharani. Radhastami ki jai.
Jai.
Her holiness, her most graceful Srimati Radharani ki jai.
Jai.
If there are any questions or comments, you can